I'll give you a little bit of my background and give you a sense of why I'm here. I am not from your world. I'm from a completely different world. I started my life in technology, and I've lived it in technology my entire career. My whole career is based in one solid thing. Lots of people are good and they specialize at one specific thing. My specific thing that I have focused on my whole career, largely by accident, but it turns out that I'm good at it, is actually just being first. We learn things from others. They're often false. The reason they're often false is because if you were wrong about things back in the Paleolithic or Neolithic days, you just died. And so it used to be true, adapt or die, but it's no longer true. It's now like adapt or suck. Stick around. Give your elders, give the young ones a bunch of bad advice about surviving in this environment. We don't do things that way here. That'll never work. And other truisms that increasingly are becoming false. And like, we're all doing our best, but here's the thing. Like, have you noticed that all the billionaires lately are like 25? Like, that's not right. Something is going on, and we don't know about it. So one of my mentors, Seth Godin, has this book, The Dip. And the dip is shorthand for the hard part. So you can see here it's about the amount of effort that needs to occur over time. You have this section that's called the dip. It's really hard during that time. So there will be these periods of obstacles and failures, and you will think, this is really tough, and should I continue, you know? There's two curves, okay? And you have to choose which curve you're going to get on. So the second curve is the curve that most people get on. On the x-axis is time, on the y-axis is pain. Most people get on the second curve. It starts really easy. It's like Chinese water torture. You're like, one drop at a time. Like, who cares? It's not a big deal. And then over time, the pain will superlinearly increase. And as time goes on, you're going further and further into this curve, and you're thinking, oh, God, this is getting harder and harder. And this is the curve that most people get on because it's the curve that's easy. That would be the Chinese water torture curve. The first curve is the curve that I would suggest that you get on. That curve, I like to call it the flinch. It hurts really bad, like getting into a cold pool, jumping into a cold pool, taking a cold shower. It is a very difficult curve to get on. Most people do not get on it, just like most people aren't contrarian, like most people aren't looking the other way. But if you do so, the pain actually is all at the front. Like, it just levels off after that. And so often I would think about our systems, and going back to the core of what my point was, is this is about a malfunctioning alarm system. You will find yourself with your brain saying, that is dumb, or this is not how we do things here, or we don't have the time, or how can we do that when we also need to do this at once? Your brain over and over and over again saying what was true yesterday is also going to be true tomorrow. But it is no longer the case if it ever was. Even if it might have been the case in 1985, it's definitely not the case now in 2018. The world is radically different, and it's accelerating. Choose the right curve and build the perseverance to handle it. If you choose the right curve, the amount of cumulative benefits that you have as a result become so powerful that they are worth the pain at the beginning. If that's starting a company, it was for me, then it could be that. But it could be something else. It could be anything. Be conscious as much as possible of your own ignorance. It is ignorance by definition. Another way to look at this is 50% of the things that I know are wrong. This is often a humbling thing when you're looking in the mirror. Which things that I know and that I really believe in are wrong? 50%. Get as dirty as you can. Speak to customers. Speak to the people that are important to your organization. Look to the people that are on the front lines. Take customer service calls yourself. Respond to emails yourself if you haven't done that in a while. Gather as much data as you can about the unknown and act on the inevitable today. You have curves like this in your business. You have these curves in your industry. You know what they are. And so 5 years out, something, you maybe even know what it is radically going to happen in your business or in your industry and to all of you at once. And you need to start behaving as if it's already happened. Deliberately disrupt your industry on purpose. The scooters and the Uber cabs. It's smaller and it's going to destroy our business. We need to be in that business. The challenging part about all of this is that while we all think that our view of the world affects reality, it actually, what is going on in our brain is not an accurate reflection of reality at all. And reality actually doesn't care about your opinion in any way. And so you need to be as close as possible to the truth, and often it is obscured by previous thinking, by scar tissue that we have gotten by making mistakes, by all of these things. But we have no choice but to look at it with a beginner's mind every day. So back to the marathon winner. He says, I believe in a philosophy that says to win is actually not important. To be successful is not even important. How to plan and to prepare is critical and crucial. And when you plan very well, the success will come and the winning can come. Thanks.